So flat. How nice is this? Out in the boat. Forgot about it for a sec there. I was sort of thinking, oh man, it'd be good if I had something else to mix up the content. And I thought, hang on, I actually do have a boat. So I'll take this out. I might just move this camera to there for now, because it's going to get buffeted around. Anyway, we've got our rods out. We're going to be live baiting today. The problem is I don't have a sounder, so I've got to go sort of over to a live baiting spot where I know there's bait for sure. And unfortunately that's a bit further down here, so we'll make the run down, catch some liveys and get fishing. Probably do need just a simple sounder on this. We'll get there. Well, we just put a bait on. This camera froze. I'm not sure if we got any of that, but I'm just going to slowly make my way up. There's a lot of rippling up here, so there's bait up here, I think. So we'll have a sniff around. We've got one livey out the back in that case, and he will just cruise and hopefully go. Oh, here we go. Something's having a nibble already, I think. Let's see if it goes off. There must be bait and fish around here. This is the sort of where we were getting him. Let's just even kill the motor. And we'll have a little cast into this bait school. Crazy rippling over here. Hopefully this camera's actually working now because it froze. So all my talking and whatever I was doing was useless. But we've got a bait out. Alright, well something's taking it. I'm guessing it's a doggy. Going to pull me back this way. Alright. Let's fix this camera. In a reasonable way again. I'm guessing it's just a doggy. He's not putting too much pressure on the line. This setup will make very short work of him, but that's good because we'll get some runs on the board straight up. Now this means I'm going to have to go back and get bait pretty quick though. Oh yeah, at least he's putting some kind of fight up there. And get this gaff ready. Always interesting times with the gaff around the boat at the moment. That there. Alright, let's see what we got. He's getting closer now. Very nice. Yeah, he's still got some go in him. Surprising that the trebles manage to, you know, hook up so often. Ooh. Don't want to bust ourselves off though. Come on, mate. Bit of a weird gaff, but we'll take it. We'll get the lip grips onto him. That way I can stress a little less. Come on. Open your mouth, buddy. There we go. Nice. Now that we've got control of their head, I can relax a little bit more. What we'll do is we'll get the knife out and kill him straight away, just so we don't have to worry about him going berserk on the boat. Just there. Boom. And he is out. Get the hook out. Beauty. Well, that didn't take long at all. Now I'm out of bait, so I better go back and find some bait. I might actually go back now that the pressure's off. I've got time. I was feeling a bit under the pump, wanting to get out. Let's hold him up. Not a bad little start. He's definitely dinner. Perfect. You'll get like maybe 1 or 2 meals out of him. How good is that though? Can't complain. Can't complain at all. What I did bring is a towel to wrap him up in, so I'll get him in. Just leave him in there for a sec. Let's get the cork back on this. And we've got an old towel. We'll just put a bit of water on this and wrap him up. That'll be the way to do it. Keep him nice and cool while we're out here. The evaporation of that towel will keep him nice and cool. So I'll just wrap him like that and splash some water on. Might as well wash that blood off at the same time. Beauty. Fish on the board. Put him at the back there in the shade. Sniff it around for bait, and we've caught a little flatty. It's quality flathead, look at that. Oh, don't spike me, I'm just going to use my pliers here. Not in the mood for flathead spikes, that's for sure. What's going on here? How are we even tangled up here? There's a lot of tangles. Okay, there's the hook we're looking for. Look at that guy. See you later, buddy. Woo! Clip that back on so I don't lose it. Did he ruin my jig? I think I ruined my jig. Yeah, there we go. Let's untangle it and get some bait. Ay. Okay, so I got one more bait, but now it's just that other hook that was further down has sliced him open pretty much, and now I'm left with one hook and my sinker snapped off as well, so that was no good. So I guess the only solution now is to tie something onto the end. It's a pity because I was right on the spot as well. I'm getting all sorts. Look at this guy. This guy's cool. A little trevally of some sort. I'm not even sure what type. Look like a little pendant fish. Just croaking away. Come on, just let me get this out. It'll be good. Here we go. It's only small, but what a beautiful little fish, huh? How's the teeth work on this guy? I just pulled him in. Big gashes on one side. Clearly mackerel snipping at him. I reckon just doggies. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm just going to pop you back in. Nasty teeth. Serious fish. Well, we did a little troll around out wide, came back in, saw the boats. I think I might just slowly troll this guy back past the shark nets over this way and just slowly head in. How's the conditions though? I could stick around and probably get another doggy, but I really was hoping for something a bit more special. So that's why I tried to go a little further out. But it doesn't really seem like either way is going to make much difference at this stage. Jeez, it is a nice glassy kind of day though. Yeah, well, we'll see if we have any luck. We'll slowly troll this guy back via the shark nets and then I'll just pack up and scoot in, I think. That's a lot of oil, but I think I said it on another video, but if we're going to deep fry things, we want to just go for it and deep fry it properly. Don't skimp on your oil and shallow fry it. Nice. Get that hot and we'll cut up some potatoes and then we will be looking good. Fish. Okay. We'll only really need the back half of this fish. It's surprising how much meat you'll get and how much a small amount of meat will turn into a lot of battered fish. All right, welcome back to the kitchen. We've got our fish. You may notice that we have two fish in the fridge now because I did sneak out this morning, but it basically turned out almost exactly the same as the trip the day before. We've got fish to feed the family, which is cool. But nothing overly exciting happened. So yeah, I was hoping to maybe capitalize and turn it into one better vid. But yeah, nah, it's a fish and chip vid. So we're gonna do the cook up. We've got the oil on. We've got the chips we're gonna cut up, the potatoes we're gonna cut up, and we'll cook them, then we'll do the fish, and then we'll re-cook the chips. This one I'll go through a bit more of the batter process, and this is like, seriously, it's so simple, and it is so good that I cannot express to you. If you haven't tried this beer batter recipe, please do yourself a favor because it is really easy and really, I'll go on the record for saying probably one of the best batters you ever have, ever. Okay, so good. Might as well just take the back section because we're going to be cutting the pieces up into smaller sections anyway. So there's no need to take the best sort of parts of the fish. We just use the end parts. It should be enough. May have left it just a little bit too small, but we'll see how much we end up with and then I can grab a bit more if I need it. Fillet just the back section. Someone had a go at me the other day for on the comments for filleting from like the wrong end, and I was like, mate, as long as I get the job done properly, there's no need for me to start at either end. I can start at any end I like. Thank you very much. Yeah, and we may have sold our shorts just a little short there. So maybe we'll do a slightly bit more fish, but you get the idea. Let's cut this off. And we'll just fillet this little section here off. Beautiful. And we'll just wrap that part up. You can get back in the fridge. I quite like not actually just cutting the whole fish up in one go. I quite like just taking sections of it at a time. One, because it means I don't have to do too much filleting on the day. And two, I think it sort of keeps it fresh. The fish is sort of sealing itself a lot of the time until I'm ready to eat it. So I tend to do that. Sometimes you've got to take it out, especially with things like snapper and that, because you get the guts and whatnot, and it starts to really spoil the fish. But in this case, this is fine. So I like to do them not too big, not too small, just a little bit of a width in the pieces, just so you get a nice juicy piece of fish, but not too big, not too chunky, because otherwise I want lots of batter on my fish as well. I don't want just huge slabs of fish with a thin crust of batter. I want nice, perfectly sort of ratioed pieces. So it's about the kind of size I'm making them. And it'll be surprising, you'll be surprised at just how big they sort of turn out after they've got the batter coating and they're fried up. Beautiful. That's a more respectable size sort of pile there. We've got our potatoes cut up. We might quickly do the batter. Because all the hoarders and panic buyers have bought every bit of self-raising flour, we've got now this quite fancy organic unbleached self-raising flour. But it's just self-raising flour, so we'll mix the batter up. Looking for our big metal mixing roll. Apparently it's gone walkabout. So we'll use this one. Should be big enough. I don't usually measure it out. I just sort of wing it. So we'll just put yay much in. Perfect measurement there. And then we'll get a beer. And I don't think we're going to have enough in there actually for some reason. All right, we're back. Let's do it. Okay, we'll mix this together. We'll just wing the proportions, because what is important, as long as you've got enough mixture to coat your fish, what's really important is the consistency, not so much the quantities. Once you get your quantities now, you know, depending on the size of your family or how many people you're feeding, then, you know, you can adjust and measure it out and get it right every time. But I find that I'm just winging it a lot of the time. So mix it up. We don't have a huge amount of fish, like you saw the amount I cut up. It's not huge, but once it's battered and cooked up and fried, it's surprisingly more than enough for our family. We've got a family of 4, 2 boys, 2 young boys, and 2 adults. So just sort of adjust according to how many people you've got to feed. So the consistency is not too bad, as what I've got here is not too bad. That's about what I want. You want to see how it drips off? You sort of just want it about that thick. But the issue is I don't think I've got quite enough, so we'll go a little bit more flour. Mix that in. And then we'll add a little bit more beer. Just make sure you mix first and then check it out. Don't just mix the beer and the flour and just keep adding, because it's really hard to get right. And it's surprising, just a little bit more beer, a little bit more flour can make a big difference. So mix that first. See where you're at and then readjust. Alright, so you can see I've added a bit more flour, so we need a bit more mix, but you can see the consistency's got quite a bit thicker, even with just that small amount of flour. So we'll go just a bit more, and that should bring it back up to about where we want it. So that is just self-raising flour and beer. Now looking at that, I don't know if you can see that, but see how it's dripping off, see about the speed at which it's dripping off? That's about right. Oh yeah, we got bubbles now. So we're looking pretty good. I reckon we can start the chips. Tricky part is getting them all in without burning myself. Normally I'd use the tongs, but I'm just going to wing it, and maybe I'll use the tongs actually. Put them in slow so we don't splash oil everywhere. Or maybe we'll just drop them in. By accident. Let's just go for it. Let's break them up before they stick together and just let them go for it. Once they're almost cooked through and almost done, we'll take them out and then we'll get back to them after we've done the fish. Just get your fish there, spread her out. And we'll give it a light dusting with the flour. Woo. Beautiful, ready to rock. I used to use paper towels, and it's a good idea, you want to drain off some of the oil once you've got the fish out. But I just put the chopping board down and I just let the oil soak into the chopping board. So it acts a little bit like paper towels. Maybe not quite as absorbent, but it's a nice little tip, especially if you don't have paper towels. And I don't often buy paper towels that much. So you can just sort of use the chopping board, let it soak in, and then, it saves me from oiling the chopping board as much as well. Alright, we're getting there now. Those chips look just about right. So just a little bit more. Time's just driven in with the kids, so we're going to be right on point here. She'll quickly smash out a salad. She's the salad master. So we'll get these off now. We'll start getting these off. Let them chill on the side here on the chopping board. And then we'll give them another fry off at the end. Hey, what's going on? Let's use our hands. And we use the tile. I like to use tongs because it stops me from getting too many big fingers on it, and it keeps a bit more batter on the actual fish. Give them a flip, make sure they're completely covered. Try not to drop them like I'm doing now while I'm looking at the camera. And just slide them on in. And we'll do the second lot separately, just so the oil stays nice and hot and they've got room to move so they don't all stick together. Oh man, they are looking good. Give them a quick turn. They look just about ready to me. Super gold, super crispy. Give them a quick shake off. Okay, as you go, and just scoop these guys out. And that way when we get the chips back in, they won't get mixed up with that burnt batter. Look at all that fish. See, it's surprisingly more than you think it's going to be. But while this oil's hot, we'll get the chips back in. Give them that last fry. Twine's making the salad now, so by the time we get these back in, fry these off again to get them a bit crispier. Hopefully our timing's just about right. I really need one of those. We actually had one. I don't know whatever happened to it. Actually had a proper scoop. I need to go to the Asian grocer and get like a proper scoop to get them all out quicker. Jeez, that salt shaker doesn't muck around, does it? Salad is almost complete. Almost there. I'll get Twan to go through it in a sec.
There's cabbage, there's radish, there's sesame seeds, there's celery, there's parmesan, there's olive oil, lemon, salt, pepper, parmesan. I think I said that.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Cool. They do taste nice. Yeah, crispy, huh? You meant to say yes now. Oh my God, look at that. Perfectly moist, juicy, fresh, crispy batter on the outside.